Who are the Haqqani Network? The Haqqani Network is the name of an Islamist movement from mainly Pakistan and Afghanistan that has been deemed a terrorist organization by many countries. The Haqqani Network is named after its founder, Jalaluddin Haqqani, who himself is named after the madrasa or religious school in which he studied, Darul Uloom Haqqania, which is in northern Pakistan. Another of the graduates from this school was Mullah Omar, none other than the founder of the Taliban, and the two groups' histories are incredibly intertwined to the point where some see them as being two different branches of the same entity. The Haqqani Network was founded in 1980 when Jalaluddin Haqqani was leading a group of Mujahideen fighters against the Soviet occupation of Afghanistan. His group was different in that instead of only having Afghans fighting against them, he also invited foreign Muslims from countries like Chechnya, Pakistan and the Arab world, among others, to come and fight alongside them. One of those who answered his call was none other than Osama Bin Laden, and this would start a decades-long cooperation between Al-Qaeda and the Haqqani Network, Al-Qaeda being created soon afterward. As well as receiving fighters and money from various rich Arab countries, he also managed to create contacts with the CIA, who during the Cold War era under Reagan actually financed and trained members of the Haqqani Network to fight the Soviets. He also created a relationship with the ISI, that's Pakistan's Inter-Services Intelligence Service, and in 1996, when another group that was being backed by Pakistan, the Taliban, came to power, he officially pledged his allegiance to Mullah Omar and became the Minister of Tribal Affairs. This would come in useful as in 2001, when the Americans invaded, they would flee into the FATA, this area being the federally administrated tribal areas, an area that is not very well governed in the north of Pakistan. And it's thought that through here, Osama Bin Laden, when the United States and NATO invaded Afghanistan, he was able to escape into Pakistan with the help of the Haqqani Network. While Haqqani was offered a place in Hamid Karzai's new Afghan government, he turned this down, and instead the Haqqani Network continued to help the Taliban in their guerrilla war, fighting against NATO and American forces as well as the Afghans. The Haqqani Network specialized in suicide bombings, being incredibly adept bomb makers, and in 2017 the deadliest suicide bomb attack in Kabul was attributed to the Haqqani Network. It's also thought that most of the potassium chloride that had come into Afghanistan for the Taliban's bombs was sourced through the Haqqani Network. They also maintained their links with Al-Qaeda and had various training camps for militants within their controlled areas in Pakistan and across the border. They made most of their money from extortion and kidnapping throughout Afghanistan, as well as by maintaining links with rich Arab countries and private donors there. It's also thought that for a long time Pakistan was aiding and indeed funding the Haqqani Network in the north, but under pressure from the Americans in 2014, Pakistani forces launched Operation Zarb-e-Azb, which was meant to drive them out of the FATA, and this is when it's thought that they switched their base of operations into the southeastern provinces of Afghanistan itself. The group can be split into roughly 4 different branches. Those oldest from the Soviet-era Mujahideen form the commanding branch, and alongside them are those from Loya Paktika, those in southeastern Afghanistan that were operating there as guerrillas from 2001. On top of these, there are also the more recent recruits from the area of Pakistan that they controlled, and finally also foreign fighters from various Arab countries. Most are Chechens, Uzbeks and Arabs, however. In 2015, it was reported by the Taliban that the original founder, Jalaluddin Haqqani, had died, but the operation was continued by his son, Sirajuddin Haqqani. And in 2021, following the Taliban's lightning victory in Afghanistan, it was announced that Khalil Haqqani, another member of the family and the brother of the founder, was to be announced as the security chief in Kabul, showing just how important an element of the Taliban forces the Haqqani Network truly are. Another demonstration of this is that Anas Haqqani, another son of Jalaluddin, is one of the integral figures in talks with Abdullah and Hamid Karzai and a few other figures in the creation of a new government. So it seems that with the Taliban in control of Afghanistan, the Haqqani Network and their ties to Al-Qaeda are going to be more important than ever.